Hello, everybody. This is Dad Tips Take Two. We just gonna repeat what I said earlier, except it got just a real bad internet connection where we were at. So I'm out on a Valentine's date with my beautiful daughter, my firstborn right here, Crystal, and so I just want to share a couple things that I think will help, in raising up a daughter and stuff. And so they're just three simple tips. I definitely don't claim to have it all together in the dad category, nothing like that. But I think these can help. These can help. Okay, so number one is take your kid out on dates. Take your kid out on date. Right now we are on a Valentine's date. Yesterday I took out her sister Cassandra. Cassandra's getting married, and so when they have a boyfriend or fiance, I don't usually do that, but with Cassandra, it's her last time as being single and stuff, so that's why I decided to do that and stuff. But the reason to do that, okay, why do that? I think that as a dad, we have to model, how a man should be, how a guy should treat a female, and so you do that not just on dates, but you also do that on a daily basis. Probably even more important, on a daily basis. So some of the things that I wrote down here were we're doing is you're modeling. You got to model how to treat them, how a female should be treated, how they should be talked to, how they should be valued, how they should be protected, how they should be cared for, how they should be loved, how they should be respected, right? So treating a female with respect, it starts with us treating our daughters that way at home, So I think that's really important to do that. This is how I feel, that that when later on, when they're going on dates, when they're have a boyfriend or something like that, what's going to happen is if they're treated otherwise, they're called to certain names. They're talked to with a certain tone, Some guy is using intimidation or whatever, Their spirit is going to recognize that. They're going to recognize that. And their spirit's not going to bear witness with it because they're not used to a man talking to her that way. Right, baby? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's like, but imagine if that's how I treat them daily. They're going to be with some jerk guy treating them a certain way, and to them it's going to be normal. It's going to be normal. It's going to be like, oh yeah, that's how guys talk to girls. It's going to be like their normal, way and stuff like that. So treat also too, what will happen if they choose someone that is like that, they're not going to put up with it. They're not because, like I said, they're gonna recognize that's, or should I say, they're not gonna recognize that. It's not gonna be familiar to them, so they're not gonna want to put up with it because they're gonna feel like, oh, this is not normal. This is not normal. I'm used to being treated with love. I'm used to being treated with respect, and so when they're not treated that way, it's gonna stand out to them. So what happens is the way we treat them at home, the way we treat them is, we're modeling treating a female with a high standard, treat them with a high standard. A lot of dudes, they talk good about their mom, but then they get with females and they don't treat them good. You got to treat all females good, right? So what'll happen is if we set a low standard and how to talk to a woman, how to treat a woman, then they're going to choose a low life. A low standard, they're going to choose a low life. That's what's going to happen. And so don't be shocked if they choose some low life guy, some jerk guy, if we don't treat them like with highly esteem them and stuff, Okay, so that's tip number one, is basically like model, and you model that on a daily and also in dates as well, like father-daughter type dates and stuff like that. My wife does the same thing with our son. We got one son. We got 4 daughters, but we got one son. And actually, they're joining us. They're doing a double date.
Yeah,
come over here, babe. Look, it's live. We're giving them the 3 tips on, look at, boom.
Hi, we get dressed up and we take our kids out to make them feel so special, so that they can understand what real love is, and not this fake love, not this Facebook love, but real personal, one-on-one.
You're here perfect timing, because I'm going to give them the second tip, which is treat their mom good. Treat their mom good. Treat her great. Yes, treat her great. What do you guys always tell me how I treat your mom?
That my dad spoils my mom.
That's what they say. That's my reputation with my kids, how they feel I treat this beautiful woman right here. They say I spoil her. And you know what? That's okay if they say that, because I take that as a compliment, because they should know that I should model how to argue, right? I mean, so we should even model arguing.
Yes.
There's a way to do it civil, where you don't get disrespectful. This right here, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the best woman God could have ever blessed me with. I sincerely 100% feel that way.
Hey, we're still I know. I stole your date.
and listen.
Mom stole my date.
listen. And you know what?
Look at my date's all mad because I neglected him.
This is her date right now. Booyah! That's him right there. It's in the flesh. Okay. So.
They're in the car.
So treat your baby mama, treat your wife great. Yes. Treat her great.
Great.
Treat her great.
I'm gonna go buy my dates a ticket. His movie ticket.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye, y'all. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah. All right. So that's really important. The third and final one is serve the Lord as a dad. As a dad, serve God, man. Serve God. Serve the Lord. And then maybe, and all these things I'm saying, for reals, there's no guarantee. They still may make some bad choices, They're normal, they're human, Our family's not perfect by far, not even. But I feel like you do these things, serve the Lord, treat their mom good, treat them good, model, be a good example in modeling. Well, we do those 3 things, I think it increases the likelihood of them getting a good dude later. You know what I mean? When that time comes, out of my 4 daughters, one is married now. The other one's getting married in like a week, right?
2, yeah. And
1 week. Yeah.
Very good guys that love God and that are like little my dad's kind of, like the traits that we grew up in. They found that.
So yeah, the people ask, man, is it hard to walk them down the aisle? And the truth is no, because they've chosen good dudes. They've chosen good guys and stuff. So that makes that walk really easy. You know what I mean? Because like when the transferring of that hand, putting her hand into their hand, it's like I could trust these guys, because you know what? My daughters so far have picked some good guys, And so, but yeah, those are just a couple of tips, and love you guys. And once again, we don't got it nailed down or nothing like that, but just hopefully it helps. And I want to say this too, that my examples of being a father and husband has been in Victory Outreach. That's the real truth right there. That's the honest truth. That's where I have learned how to be a father. That's where I have learned how to be a dad, because they taught me how to be a man of God. And you get taught to be a man of God, you'll be taught, you'll learn how to be a father. You'll learn how to be a husband. And I've had great examples in my life in my spiritual family in VO. So aloha, God bless, and happy Valentine's to everybody.
Happy Valentine's.
God bless.